Hey guys, hey, I'll let you watch while I'm working with Sally here on this group. We've been kind of feeding by hand, getting them ready for the sale, and it makes a really good opportunity once the whole herd gets to following you, that you bring a young dog out here and let her bring them to you too. And sometimes they want to get away. They don't think they're getting anything now. But it's a real good way to work with a young dog. Bring him up. Away. Hey, I was going to tell you, somebody had asked me, how do you increase your numbers if you don't have enough nannies to keep back, or where do you go to maybe buy some goats to increase your numbers? Away. And I'll tell you, that's a tough thing. I always tell people, one of the hardest things about the goat business is getting into the goat business before you can raise enough of your own that you have enough replacements and you're not growing as much anymore. Because to find good goats, it's just not easy. And so I would, for instance, you go to a sale barn and you're selling some, let's say some weather kids or something there for, let's say they're bringing $200 a piece, and a nanny goes through and she's only bringing $125, $150, $175. Well, who's going to sell a nanny that can produce for less money than one of her kids would sell for? There's probably something wrong there, and it's usually that nanny is not a producer. If now you might go some sales if they're having a sell out of a herd or something, that they're good, and the producer just chose to take them there. Sally down. But it's just, a guy told me one time at the sale there's some good ones there, but all the bad ones are there, and to sort that out, it kind of takes a little bit, and not to say you might not find some good ones there, but there's a lot more bad ones there. For instance, some of these nannies that's in this herd, I know they have bad bags. We marked them, but I just tell you, you can't tell it now, and so that's going to be a problem when you try to buy stuff at the sale barn. You don't have an age on them. Away, bring them up. And then old Craig check them, and you're taking, their word for it. But I tell you, that's just how it is. Probably the biggest mistake I made was not spending enough money on buying breeding stock. And maybe it wasn't totally my fault, because you couldn't find them. You couldn't find anybody that raised goats like I wanted to raise them. This is 20 years ago. Without going to some big ranches in Texas or something. I did buy some bucks down there, but then again, they don't have the parasite issues that we have here. And so, I just don't know how successful you're going to be bringing those dry weather goats up into a more humid, rainy climate. Just looks to me like a recipe for bad news. But now there's going to be more people that raise bigger herds of goats, and so you may find some of those. Sometimes we have some for sale, and the same thing goes with sheep. You can there's all kinds of sheep or ewes go through the sale ring, and there's some good ones that go through there, and you might buy them cheaper than what you're going to buy them off the farm somewhere. But I guess you're just taking a chance is all. But that's the way I started out, and that's what I did. And we buy 100 and the next year have 50 or 60 left that were good, decent producers. Bring them up. And so that's just part of the business, and there is no easy way, but it is getting easier. But you're going to pay for those nannies. Don't expect to go and pay for them what you buy them at a sale barn for. As I've had people, if I sell some nannies or have some for sale, and they say, well, I can go to the sale barn and buy them for half that. I said, well, that's fine. I'm not selling them for half that. And you'll go through more than half that savings just in getting some producers out of that. So, my advice, I guess, would be, if you're starting out, sometimes you can buy some good doelings. Somebody can't keep them all, and there's still some pretty good ones that's going through the sale ring. Maybe I wouldn't breed them. That's just me till the next year. If they're just weaned, we don't usually breed them till the kid is 2-year-olds. But if you're a small operation, it may fit your program better than it does us to kid them as 1-year-olds. But sometimes you can get some good ones that way. Sometimes you're still going to go through several before you find that, get a herd of 100 or 200 that's good nannies. You're probably going to have to buy, I don't know, maybe 200, 300. It's just kind of the way the game works. Nobody wants to sell a nanny for less than the kid's going to bring if she can have another kid next year. So just keep that in mind. Hey, I guess I'll let you go. I'll keep training my dog here. She's getting lazy back there in the back. So hopefully one of these days we'll see some sunshine. Take care.